welcome to UpTilt. It's your weekly source of joints. I'm Trevor. I meant bone joints, by the way.
Yeah, I was wondering what you meant by that.
It's because the name of the stream right now is Disney, more like this elbow.
What?
Disney, more like this elbow.
I don't get the title.
Joints. Knees and elbows are joints. They're joints. Get it?
Who was talking about joints?
I am. Hang on. Hey, welcome back to UpTilt, your weekly source of... Gotta get better at thinking of these little taglines. I'm Trevor.
I'm Ed, and I'm still confused.
Hang on. Hey, welcome to UpTilt, your weekly source of I'm confusing Ed. I'm Trevor.
I'm Ed.
You seem hesitant. Do we need to do it again?
No, I don't understand what you're trying to do here.
I don't know. The stream title was just a joke, and then I played off that.
Oh, okay, like this knee. What about this elbow?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, that took me forever, actually.
And then you made me feel bad about it. I am not gonna say that I should feel bad about it.
I will.
Mm.
If you don't want me to, I'm assuming.
No, I'd prefer if you didn't. Anyways, I'm extremely tired.
You should pick up yourself 200 milligrams of caffeine found in Celsius Energy. Live fit.
I'll drink my coffee labeled coffee. Is this a brand deal that I didn't know about?
I wish. If we had a brand deal from Celsius, I would never buy it again.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've never had a Celsius before in my life.
I will drink them every episode.
He already does. Wait, no, I shouldn't say that because that probably lowers our likelihood. They're like, yeah, free advertising doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I bet.
I don't drink them very often. I only drink them when I'm sleepy.
So right now,
actually, I'm not. I'm in a really good mood today.
You can be in a good mood and sleepy. Look at me, for example. I'm sleepy. I'm in a good mood.
You're wearing a shirt with a bad word on it.
Stop. You didn't have to say that. Nobody was gonna know.
I can't hide from the facts. Did you see that I cleaned my office? Look how empty it is now.
Yeah, looks good.
I'm gonna put a couch there.
Maybe.
Yeah. What kind of couch?
Small.
Yeah.
Cheap.
Yeah.
Small and cheap. That's it. That's all.
Small and cheap. Just like me.
Something I can take a nap on, but also play PlayStation on.
Yeah, because you got that TV right there.
And there's a PlayStation right there.
Whoa, that's
a
crazy.
PlayStation 5, a disc drive PlayStation 5. Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
There's a slowpoke right there. So anyway, what are you going to talk about today, Jar?
Well, figure we will wrap up the big three discussion as far as children's TV channels go and cover some Disney stuff today. I haven't been able to find like as clear of a timeline like I have for Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. The Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network discussions that we had, I was able to find like a very neat graphic laying out like the years with the shows. With like characters of the shows underneath them, which was kind of nice to look at and reference. But also, more of the Disney shows fall into the live action category, which is fine.
That's what I remember Disney being.
Live action.
Yeah, the last thing I was like super into, and I 100% hit it at the time, but I was super into High School Musical.
Yeah,
I still am. If you'd like, I could give you a number right now.
A number for what?
A number, like I could sing you one of the songs.
Oh, I thought you meant like take a number. We'll call you when it's your turn.
No, if you want me to I cleaned up my office. So if you want me to like stand in that clean spot and like do a number.
No, you're good. You're good. You can stay right there. You're good.
You know I can sing, right?
Yes.
Did you know I could dance? I can't dance.
I was ready to call it. I was ready to call the bluff there.
Like, yeah, go ahead. Show me.
Yeah, do it. Show me right now. So first of all, right out the gate, Disney Channel came out swinging with Gargoyles. 1994.
Never cared for gargoyles.
Really?
Also, I
have you
was
rewatched
Not
it
born yet in
recently?
1994.
There,
So I don't think
you
I
weren't
actually
born in
watched it on-
1991 either, but you
I
still
don't
love
think that
Rugrats.
I don't think that I was. Well, the thing is, I don't think Gargoyles was airing when I was watching Disney Channel.
I definitely remember seeing it on TV. So
I remember seeing ads for like the movies in other movies. Like I'm pretty sure there's a Gargoyles ad in the original trailer track for a Goofy movie. Which, if we want
I
to talk
can't speak on that.
Disney, we can talk classic movies too, right? Just to get this, we can get this episode some beef.
You can.
What's your favorite Disney classic movie? Do you have one?
Either Hercules or Aladdin.
I could see that.
Mulan was also pretty up there.
Action packed.
What do you expect?
From you, my incredibly masculine co-host,
Mm-hmm.
I expected like Cinderella.
I don't know. I had Lion King. Also,
You like? You know what? Actually, Lion King is probably my least favorite Disney film.
really, why?
Yeah.
It's got action. It's got betrayal. It has love. What else do you need? Adventure.
I think it's because they weren't humans.
I swear to God, if you say your favorite's Beauty and the Beast,
No, my favorite Disney movie is a Goofy movie.
they're not humans either.
They're humanoid.
At what point do you draw the line for humanoid? Is understandable
when they're walking
language?
on 4 legs. When they're walking on 4 legs,
2 legs?
you know, when they're bipedal, yeah, I'm like that's a human.
Oh, okay.
So even though Goofy and Max are dogs, they just got that dog in them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and on them, I guess.
Man, there's just so much I could talk about with Disney. I am such a Disney kid. It's actually insane. 1, I love musicals. 2, I'm gay. 3, their miniseries actually they weren't that good. I'm gonna start with movies.
Okay, this is gonna be more of your wheelhouse because I don't really care for the Disney movies too much. If anything, I have a bone to pick with them.
Why?
Oh, like the modern remakes, the live action remakes that aren't even.
Oh, those
live
are
action.
bad. Those are bad.
Yeah.
Those are bad.
Those are all bad.
Those are bad. We don't. We're talking retro here. We're talking 90s to 2010s. So there's no reason to get your knickers in a notch.
Also, all the bad sequels that they did. No one asked for Mulan 2 or The Little Mermaid 2.
I asked for Mulan 2.
And how do you feel about it?
The first song, question number 1, is actually really good. Then the rest of it is forgettable. I asked for Mulan 2. Did they give me a good Mulan 2?
No.
No. Most Disney sequels were like straight to video because streaming wasn't like a big thing, obviously, yet.
I don't think it existed at that point.
So like Mulan 2 was a straight to video, I'm pretty sure, sequel. And it was not very good. An extremely goofy movie was, I'm pretty sure, a straight to video sequel.
Yeah.
No theatrical release. Also, not that good. A lot of people like Extremely Goofy Movie. I'm not into it. It was never my thing. I've never been into sports. I think I've been gay my whole life. Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar. Absolutely abysmal writing and animation. Horrible.
Yep.
But Aladdin 3, King of Thieves. Very good.
Returned.
Yeah, very good. Should watch in 2024 if you haven't seen it.
I have not seen it. Or if I have, I was a very small child. Now, I will say, The Lion King not sequel, but I think it was like an in-between kind of movie where it
So there
focuses on
was
Timon and Pumbaa. That
there's a
one's
Lion
pretty
King
fun.
2. Lion King 2 has Kovu. The Lion King sequel is actually pretty good
I think
with
it was
Kiara and
Lion King.
Kovu.
Yeah, it was Lion King 1.5, the one where they focus on Timon and
Yeah,
Pumbaa.
I'll get there. Lion King 2 came out before Lion King 1.5.
Yes.
Lion King 2 has one of the best Disney songs ever written, and it's the one where they say deception, disgrace. Deception, disgrace, evil as plain as the scar on his face. Oh, Lion King 2
I
is
got
actually good.
nothing,
I think
man.
I'm gonna probably watch that tonight. Anyway, Lion King 1.5.
Uh-huh.
I thought I liked it when I was a kid because I was like, Timon and Pumbaa, they're hilarious.
Yeah, Timon and Pumbaa, they're great. Love them.
Thinking about it as an adult, though, that movie never should have been made.
You're hurting my feelings with your words right now.
I recognize that you really like it, but you also didn't like the initial release of Lion King as much. You know what I mean? Lion King 1.5 did get a higher rating than Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, by 0.1. So you're right. Lion King 1.5 is better.
Objectively. Whoa, hang on. Did you know Matthew Broderick is the voice of Simba?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He doesn't play his singing voice though.
Nah, of course he does. It's
I
part,
actually
it's part of the charm.
Trevor, I know this might make you like me less, but I know a lot of Disney lore and background. I know a lot. There's a lot that I know.
Yeah. Why would that make me like you less?
I don't know, because you didn't like Disney, and like that's cooler. It's cooler to not like Disney.
It's cooler to not like it. It's not cooler to not like Disney. It's just less cool to be obsessed with Disney.
I think when we were younger, you were probably cooler than me,
Okay? Where's this going?
but I probably pulled more ladies
Yeah, girls are gross. Why would I?
with my Disney knowledge. And then I came out of the closet and they were like, "We know." And I was like, "Oh,
What?
I worked so hard to hide this."
Me? How did you know? How did you know?
Actually, very funny story. When I was younger, one of my best friends had a dinner party, and I was over at the dinner party,
Mm-hmm.
and their grandparents were coming over for dinner,
Okay.
and they had informed me beforehand, like, "Hey, my grandparents are very old-fashioned. They are homophobic. They're not great people to be around. So if we could keep everything under wraps, just to sate and like keep everything kosher, that's good." And I
And
said,
you
"Yeah,
were
no
like,
problem." No, I said,
what?
"Yeah, no." I said, "Yeah, no problem. No big deal. We're good. I can do that. Um, if there's anything I'm good at in life, it's pretending like I'm straight and Smash Bros."
Okay.
So their grandparents come to dinner, and somehow Disney comes up in our conversation.
And you were like, started sweating. It was that close up video of Jordan Peele sweating.
Yeah, actually. And then somebody brought up how Emperor's New Groove was a good movie. And I said Emperor's New Groove would have been better if it were a musical. And I remember their eyes just staring daggers into me.
Your friend or the
Because
grandparents?
the friend, because I'm letting the cat out of the bag.
No, listen. If just enjoying musicals automatically makes you gay, then all hope is lost.
All
There's
hope is
plenty.
lost.
All
More
hope
people
is
to be
lost.
gay. Like, I don't like. Are you against gay people?
No, I'm the stereotype.
It makes it easier for me to find my own, if it were true.
Because I mean, think back culturally, couple hundred years. All there was for like public entertainment for the masses was like operas. Why does liking musicals
You think
now in modern day make you
Do you think
gay.
when they were singing like the Iliad and the Odyssey, like husbands were like, "All right, let's go. Take my wife."
Yes, absolutely. Got the wrong tape.
So, theatrically speaking, Disney wiped the floor. Like they were way beyond Disney Channel. Like
Yeah.
they were like the only animated studio in America at the time.
Yeah, Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network didn't really put anything out there.
Jimmy Neutron is the only thing I can think of.
Rugrats movie, bud.
Yeah, I guess. The Rugrats movie makes me cry.
Yeah, why did you seem so offended at that?
Well, because like, so the thing with Nickelodeon is they made a series and then they made a movie
Oh,
after
for
the series
Rugrats?
got popular. Yeah, so Rugrats,
Okay.
and then
You
Rugrats got
mean
popular. They made a
specifically
Rugrats
films
movie.
before?
Yeah. So Jimmy Neutron, they made the movie, and then the movie got popular and they made the series. That's all Disney did. Disney had a Cinderella, a Little Mermaid, a Lilo and Stitch,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure there are more. They had a Hercules series on their show on their channel. So like anything animated that Disney had at the time, I'm pretty sure most of it was a spin-off of a movie that had released.
Yeah.
What's funny is it was always like a movie that released like 10 years prior. And that's still true because they just recently released a Monsters Universe or a Monsters Inc. show within the past couple of years on Disney
Yeah.
Plus. Monsters at Work.
Is it still like a prequel to the movie?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, okay. Actually, yeah, Cartoon Network has a surprisingly low amount of actual in theater movies. So far, I've only scrolled past one potential one, which
I wonder if I could figure out who they are.
I'll give you 3 guesses as to who the potential in theater one is. Actually, no,
He-Man?
it is confirmed that it was in theaters. No.
I got nothing. Everything that I want to say, I feel like wouldn't have made a theatrical release.
You want me to tell you?
Powerpuff Girls.
Yep. There you go. There's another one, but I wouldn't really call this Cartoon Network. I would call it more Adult Swim, probably.
Adult Swim.
Yeah.
I know there was an Aqua Teen movie,
Yep.
but that's the only thing that I know of. That was the only one?
Well, there's a modern one. So there's
Adventure Time?
mm-mm.
There was no. You know what? I
more
actually just
modern.
recently, and I think we talked about it on the Cartoon Network episode. I recently watched every episode of Adventure Time and Adventure Time Far Off Lands and Fiona and Cake within like the same month.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the entire Adventure Time universe, so I am very surprised that I even guessed that it was an Adventure Time movie because I would definitely know that it exists at this point.
Yep. Oh, hang on. There is an Adventure Time movie in the works, apparently. Didn't know that.
Is it live action like the new Minecraft movie?
That would be garbage. No.
I am Steve.
It still says Pendleton Ward is in charge of it. So, anyways, the other 2 that I was going to say were the Teen Titans Go movie.
Yikes.
And then a limited theatrical release of the regular show
There's a
movie.
Teen Titans Go had a theatrical release.
Yes.
But Teen Titans in Tokyo didn't have a theatrical release.
No. So,
that is, pardon my language, incredibly insane.
I believe Teen Titans Go, the movie, was when at the end in the post-credits scene, the classic Teen Titans rip through the credits screen and start talking to the audience or something. Oh, let's see. Yeah, that's it. Anyways, back to Disney stuff. Sorry, I need to take that short detour to see if Cartoon Network had any other theatrical releases. I'm pretty sure there's no other Nickelodeon theatrical releases. See, the Nickelodeon Wikipedia page had a nice little graph that said theatrical or television release. And none of the Nickelodeon pages have it.
I can't think of anything that Nickelodeon released.
Barnyard!
Was that Nickelodeon?
You know what? That's a good question. If the movie was originally owned by Nickelodeon, I don't
I'm pretty sure
know.
that movie came out and then they released the show. Like Attacking the Power of Juju, I'm pretty sure the game came out and then Nickelodeon picked it up for a series.
Yes, I don't. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know if it was like a Nickelodeon production prior to them picking it up for the show.
Yeah. We talked about Nickelodeon though.
Yeah, and it's problems.
Yeah, the Barnyard NSFW
We
Barnyard
don't need to talk anymore
animations.
about it.
Look them up. They're hilarious.
No,
Unless you're a
it
kid,
was a
then don't.
Nickelodeon property prior to being a television show.
There was a better cow show on Disney, and it was called Home on the Range.
Never watched it.
Home on the Range was like leagues better than Barnyard.
Somebody must be. Hang on. quick side note. Underneath the Barnyard Wikipedia banner, where it has like directed by, written by, produced by, blah blah blah, under the starring section, it has all the names of the people who starred in it, starting with Kevin James. However, when you hover over Kevin James on his Wikipedia page, which I clicked on, it wasn't just one wrong thing, his whole Wikipedia page. The page is still titled Kevin James, but once you go down into the bio, it says Jonathan Rigoberto Ocagueda, also known professionally as Jonathan Ocagueda. And then over the picture of Kevin James, it has Jonathan Ocagueda. And then underneath it, it says Ocagueda, pictured here in 2011. What is happening? The rest of the bio is perfectly fine, except for his name, and it's all that name.
So Kevin James' real name is Hispanic?
I don't think that's the case. I'm pretty certain. Yeah, no. I searched Jonathan Rigoberto Ocagueda on Google, and Kevin James does not pop up. So I'm pretty sure someone, for some reason, just wanted to change the Kevin James Wikipedia page.
I very much want to share that Kevin James' real name is Kevin George Nipfing.
Nipfing? Of course he would change his last name to James. What the?
Kevin James Nipfing.
Yeah, that's a weird one. All right,
Yeah.
back on track. Disney shows and or movies.
Well, I think I've said what I've had to say about movies because you're not like super into.
I don't, outside of like the DComs, I don't have much else to say about Disney like animated films because I've only watched them as a child and not as an adult, and I don't really feel the interest to go back and watch them.
That's weird.
Why is it weird?
I feel like it's out of the norm. Like I feel like a lot of adults will like go back and watch like Disney films. Like one of my favorite Disney films of all time is the Disney rendition of Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, nah.
We have no interest in going back and watching
Zero interest.
But like in general, I feel like you're saying like you're like, yeah, I liked Hercules, but I'm not gonna just put it on.
Yep.
That's weird.
It's not weird. It's like how I go back and rewatch or will put
You know what? You're right. I'm
to
weird.
pull.
I regularly watch my favorite Disney movies like as like bedtime fodder.
See, I don't think it's weird regardless. It's just that you were a Disney kid and I wasn't. So that's why you choose to go back and watch or listen to that stuff and I don't.
Somebody here is weird.
I put on Being Puppy Cat a bunch as like bedtime background noise, or
I'll put
other Cartoon Network shows.
Hercules, Aladdin, and Mulan are probably my top 3 like go to sleep to movies. And then I have I will regularly watch in the season Nightmare Before Christmas.
Mm-hmm. See, like I would go back and watch Nightmare Before Christmas, but I think that's because that's more of like
season though.
Yes, I think I was just gonna say I think that's mostly because it functions as a seasonal film and not just like just a standard movie.
I wouldn't watch it in March. Like I
Yeah,
wouldn't watch
no.
Nightmare Before Christmas before October.
Yeah, and
Usually it's my November film.
even though the crossover is Halloween and Christmas for that film specifically, I wouldn't watch it past November.
It's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, but the vibes are too heavily downtrodden with Halloween and October vibes.
You know, I know that it's like a hot take because everyone's up to their own interpretation, blah 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 blah. But the movie is about Christmas.
It is. It just takes place in Halloween Town, basically.
But it's about Christmas. So in my opinion, that makes Nightmare Before Christmas a Christmas movie.
Sure, but I'm still not going to watch it in December.
I will watch it all the way until December 26th. Anywhere between October 31st, actually, anywhere between October 1st and January 1st, I will watch Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Multiple times, actually.
That's your right to. To me,
but
though.
But also, I will regularly listen to the soundtrack, though.
Yeah.
Because I like to sing along to musicals. Especially because now I have a step-in shower, and my step-in shower has like really good acoustics. So I feel like I sound really, really good. When you come and stay at my house, I'll make you take a shower in the basement. And I'll be like, sing a song.
I'm not gonna sing a song.
Sing a song.
And also the sentence.
Well, the thing is you won't have to hear yourself sing a song because I have a Google Home in that bathroom. So you could blast that really loud and nobody is gonna hear it because it's in the basement.
Hey, real quick, I just want to say, bud, the sentence, when you come over and visit, I'm going to make you take a shower in the basement and no one's going to hear you down there, is a wild thing to just say out of pocket. I just want to put that on the table, and anyone except me, you probably shouldn't say that sentence to.
I think that you're looking too far into it. I would invite many people to take a shower in my basement because it's incredible. We have a step-in shower. Some of the water gets on the floor, sure. But it's, who's going to deny, like, I got to clean it now, but...
Put a towel down. Put a towel down.
So, I get that you're not, like, a Disney movie person.
Nope.
Which is crazy, because pretty much any Disney film between 1945 and 2016, I've seen, and I've watched multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
But Disney Channel shows.
Yes.
Are you like a Disney Channel show or like a DCOM? Because especially if we're talking about the season. If we're talking about the season specifically, Under Wraps, Don't Look Under the Bed, Halloween Town series, all of those are like incredibly good. I don't think anybody really did Halloween theme as good as Disney Channel.
Yep. Disney Channel, and I think that has a big part to do with the fact that they did specialize in a lot of live action shows. We talked about it a lot during the Non-Fall Vibes episode, but
I can't wait for that to air.
I'll probably it might be next week's episode because I want to be, I don't want to be posting that in December. Yeah, I love seasonal episodes of shows, and I think Disney did that really well, especially the Haunted Suite episode of Sweet Life and Zack and Cody.
I'm actually incredibly surprised that Over the Garden Wall was not a Disney property.
So I was actually just thinking about that. I think between Disney with Gravity Falls and Cartoon Network with Over the Garden Wall have two of the best. Even though Gravity Falls is technically Summer Vacation, they do a lot to sell it as fall time, especially with the Summerween episode. I think that those two properties alone really are the two best seasonal shows
of all time.
Of all time.
And yes. I'm 100% with you. Gravity Falls and Over the Garden Wall. Over the Garden Wall specifically, I think that Over the Garden Wall is the definitive fall experience in media.
Yes. And that being said, talking about Over the Garden Wall being on Cartoon Network, I feel like Gravity Falls and Over the Garden Wall are two sides of the same coin. Basically, they feel like the same thing, but Over the Garden Wall, I don't know how to describe it, has that Cartoon Network feel. Gravity Falls has that Disney Channel feel. There's
I think it's
something
the
about it.
fluidity of the animations. A lot of Disney animation is round
Yep.
and very fluid, whereas Nickelodeon or not Nickelodeon,
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network is more jagged, and it's not as there's not as many frames.
Yeah.
It's not as fluid, and I think that's like an artistic style that they had chosen to go between the the differences or
Mhm.
whatever.
I don't
I
remember what got us there. What got us here?
I don't remember. All I can say is I feel like I could write an essay on how good Over the Garden Wall is. It's one of my favorite pieces of media ever to exist.
Yeah, that's why I got Over the Garden Wall tattoo.
Because of me?
No, just because of how good it is. Look at
I love that you pointed your foot down.
that. No free content. Oh, we were just talking about seasonal episodes of shows and how Disney knocked it out of the park, and that had a lot to do with their live action shows.
Lizzie McGuire. That's So Raven. Cory in the House.
Cory in the House is where they started dropping the ball, in my opinion. I just didn't like it as much.
Actually, a DCOM movie. I don't know if it was a DCOM or if it was a theatrical release.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite movies, probably of all time, is Sky High.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I love that. It was a piece of trash, but I'm with you.
Oh yeah, I'll watch it anytime, any place. I will watch, and it actually grew into like my modern tastes. Michael Arganano, what's his name?
My Hero
Aaron,
Academia.
Michael Arangano.
I don't know.
Arangano. I don't know how to say his name. Angarano. Angarano.
What about him?
He's my celebrity crush.
Oh, okay. Hey,
I
have you
love
seen?
him. I love him. But you know what? He is married to Maya Erskine, which, by the way,
I don't know who
if you
that is.
haven't watched Pen 15 on Hulu at this point, man, if you're 30 to 36, 37-ish, Pen 15 is for you, and it is very, very good.
Haven't enjoyed it. Still,
It is. You have to get past like the third episode of the series, and then you just start appreciating like the nuances and like the realistic aspects of the show. Pen 15 is probably the best coming of age piece of media that we have ever gotten, and I'm tired of people sleeping on it.
on the topic of Sky High, have you come across on TikTok? There's an account that basically posts clips of a like self-produced movie or something, and it's basically the premise of Sky High, but there's also a bunch of other crazy stuff that's happening in it, and it's complete garbage. It's terrible. The acting is terrible. It's all just very cheaply made and whatnot, but it's crazy. There's like this kid. Basically, it's like how quirks work in My Hero Academia, and like everybody gets powers at a certain age or something, or like they develop them. And this kid hasn't gotten his powers yet, but he's still in like the high school where all the kids with superpowers go. And his parents were supposedly well-known superheroes. It's basically Sky High. Dude, I kid you not when I tell you I watched this movie for 40 minutes through clips on TikTok. It was terrible. And somehow he gets his powers through a book that bites him, and he gets like vampire powers. Yes, a book bites him. I don't know how that works. I assume based on your reaction that you haven't seen this or heard about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, it's terrible. Hang on. I'm going to see if I can find it just by searching like vampire movie TikTok.
I don't think
it's going to be clips of it's going to be clips of Twilight, I bet.
Vampire sucks.
Yeah, I think I found it. It's definitely at least the right channel. Oh my god, do they have more than one movie on here? Holy crap, that'd be hilarious. I think they do.
Is it vampires?
No, I believe it's called My Vampire System.
My vampire system. Vampire.
Vampires?
Vamp. Vam. M.
Yeah, what about it?
I said vampire.
Vampires. All right, anyways, back to Disney. Sorry, that was I got sidetracked. Kim Possible, also classic. Love that.
I do love Kim Possible. Kim Possible had a couple really good Halloween episodes.
I feel like there was in the early 2000s when Kim Possible was airing, I feel like there was an obsession with children during that era with like gadgets and spy gear. And I feel like with Totally Spies and Kim Possible, both of those shows were really trying to hone in on that.
Well, Kim Possible came out a couple of years before Totally Spies.
Nope, Totally Spies was first, 2001. Kim Possible was 2002.
Really?
That being said, do you remember the line of toys that was like spy gear? It was like edible paper with invisible ink so that you can eat your messages so that no one will see them after you share them with people.
I get that. Yes, I know what you're talking about. I'm just so beside myself right now.
About the release dates?
Totally Spies was 2001?
Yep. And they had a movie.
Yeah, where they became super spies. Like I was into Totally Spies and I was into Kim Possible. But I feel like really?
Yep.
Huh.
Anyways.
My whole world is upside down right now.
Sorry, bud.
I loved Kim Possible. I should have cared more about Totally Spies. Kim Possible was great. I loved Christy Carlson Romano. I had a huge crush on Will Friedle in middle school, but I wouldn't tell anybody because I was in the closet.
And you just be like, yeah, he's cool. I like him for the work he's done.
Well, he was the older brother in
Boy Meets
Boy
World.
Meets World, and after he got older, he started like gain more weight.
Yeah.
And if there's one thing about men, it's if you gain more weight, then I am into you. I can't get behind a skinny man. Can't do it.
You remember that episode of, I almost said Big Brother, Boy Meets World, where Eric there's an episode, and it was just a very short clip, but Eric is in the student union at the school and takes a very large slice of pizza out of somebody's hand and shoves the whole thing in his mouth. It's like, I'm hungry. And it was when him and Topanga were doing a diet thing together. And he finally caves in front of everyone and he just steals someone's piece of pizza and shoves the whole thing in his mouth.
I would actually I would beat them up. Like if someone came and took my pizza out of my hand, I would fight them physically with my hands.
I would probably, depending on the situation, laugh first.
Nope.
Recess.
We grew up in two different communities, though.
Yeah. So Recess, I specifically remember the movie Recess School's Out. I do not remember the show that much at all.
When Disney Plus came out and they released every episode of, I think there's only like 2 seasons of Recess. They released every episode of Recess. I watched all of it.
It's 129 episodes.
Jason and I had just started dating. I just entered my most recent relationship. And I sat on his couch on his Disney Plus account because it came with his Verizon bill. And I watched every single episode of Recess. I loved that show. Recess is great.
There are 6 seasons, by the way.
Feels like there's 2, but I watched every episode. I watched all of it from start to finish.
Yeah.
Plus the School's Out movie is really good.
It is. It's phenomenal. I was obsessed with that when I was a kid. Because I was like, yes, this is exactly what summer vacation should be.
Well, it's really funny because like when you look back at it as an adult and you're like, why
is the government
10-year-olds are fighting physically with fully grown men who are trying to change the climate of the world. They're like, it'll be winter forever. No more summer vacation.
Hey, you know what? If it's winter forever, snow days, bud.
If it's winter forever, you just live in Ohio.
That's not true. It gets nasty at Ohio. Back at Ohio, it's nasty.
Yeah, what I'm saying is it's winter forever in Ohio.
It gets hot though.
I was talking to a patient yesterday, and I was like, I really love the in-between months. Like, I love spring and I love fall. Fall being my favorite season of all 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And she had said that it sucks that I live in the Midwest because we get 5 months of winter and 5 months of summer, and then 1 month of spring and fall.
Kind of right, honestly.
But what's funny is she was like this 60-year-old lady, and she said, and I quote, "How am I supposed to enjoy a pumpkin latte under these conditions?"
That's actually really funny.
It was hilarious.
What was the humor of her sentence lost on her, or was she trying to be funny?
No, she was being funny. She was great. I loved her. I wanted to kiss her on the mouth.
Don't do that. You'll get fired.
Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't do it.
Disney has been the home for like Marvel shows for an incredibly long time. Has Disney been with Marvel for that long? Like, unless I'm just getting fed this now because they own it now. But X-Men and Spider-Man, did that air on Disney originally?
No, it aired on WB and Fox.
Okay, thank you. That's what I thought. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because Fox owned Marvel. And then Disney bought them out.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I was looking at this and I was like, I got to be going crazy. I do not remember that being on Disney.
Yeah, you were going crazy because like Saturday morning cartoons is when you would find like Spider-Man and Gambit, X-Men.
Yeah.
I just remember Gambit specifically from X-Men because he made me feel things.
This episode is less about Disney and more about your self-awakening. You stuttered too much there, so I know I'm right.
I'm gay. If anybody was wondering, I was trying to keep it a secret these past 30 episodes that we've done. Nobody knew.
Jackie Chan Adventures is also currently airing on Disney Plus, but it was also originally listed on the WB.
I didn't know that Jackie Chan Adventures was airing on Disney Plus. I can't watch any Jackie Chan media. I just can't do it.
Not even the animated show? That show is fire. I loved it.
Jackie Chan disowned his child for being trans.
Oh, never mind. Didn't know that.
Yup. Jackie Chan's a transphobic jerk.
Wad.
Mm-hmm. And if he wants to fight me in real life about it, hey, you're old now. I bet I could take you. I don't care how many action movies you've been in. I love that you said as if like a choreographed fight scene is the same thing as fighting someone on the street.
Isn't he still like an actual karate black belt though?
He's also 70 years old. So I think I could beat him up.
Listen, man, in today's day and age, I would not be surprised if random 70-year-olds would know how to beat me up.
No, after you hit 60, I gain a lot of confidence in my ability to beat you up.
What do you lose from that then if you do lose the fight?
A lot of confidence. I would never leave my house again.
Dave the Barbarian was Disney, right? I'm not crazy.
It was.
What?
He does that in the theme song.
Where
Where they say barbarian, and it like hands past his face, and he just goes.
Oh, that's right, because it would like zoom into the castle, right? Kind of like the Adventure Time intro, where it would like zoom past all the characters and Adventure Time. Come on, grab your friends.
And it does the pan around his face, and he just goes. Grr.
Dave the Barbarian, huge but a wimp. That's how it went.
His sisters and Candy
are a princess and a chimp, not a monkey.
Not a monkey.
Yeah.
His mom and dad were the king and queen of the land of Fairyland. Yeah. I love Dave the Barbarian too. That show was actually hilarious.
Yeah, looking at the animation though, or at least the art style, I hate it.
I think I should go back and watch it as an adult because I just have fond memories of it.
It was extremely short-lived. 21 episodes, cut into
It's only 2
42
seasons long.
segments. Yeah.
It was 2 seasons, and it was I remember it was airing at the same time the last season of Recess was airing, and Recess was still more popular.
But yeah, also at that point,
But like when I got home from school, I wasn't watching Recess and Dave the Barbarian. I was watching Digimon. You know what I mean? Like they had nothing to keep like the young boy audience on Disney.
Post-school shows at that time, Disney Channel was severely lacking.
Yeah,
they had
Dave the Barbarian and Boy Meets World. And Boy Meets World had already been done airing by the time I was watching it.
Yep.
After school.
Same. I was watching it on ABC Family by the time I started seeing it.
What else do they have? I don't even know what they had on there post school. But I remember I would go to Cartoon Network when I got home from school and watch like Ben 10 or like Billy and Mandy.
I'm trying to see list of Disney Channel TV programming blocks. There we go. Look at that.
Yeah, give me a 3 p.m. block.
Let's see. We're gonna scroll on to the USA, and what are the categories on this chart? I can't see. Back up to the top. We got market, block, channel type, length, premiered, closed. That's not what I wanted out of this. I don't think I can find it. That would be like, you know what? Post school had American Dragon Jake Long,
which I was never really into.
Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, which I did like.
I feel like I was too old for it, but I also wasn't. Like I feel like I was lying to myself.
Sweet Life?
Yeah, with Sweet Life.
I feel like we were definitely. I mean, children are the target demographic, but specific age groups within there, I think they were aiming at us at that time.
I think that I was supposed to like Sweet Life, but I was never super into it.
I liked it quite a bit, honestly. Phil of the Future also was the typical post-school block. Oh, and Even Stevens, if we cut back even earlier into the 2000s.
Even Stevens. That show was awful.
Really? I was going to say I really enjoyed that.
I have hated Shia LaBeouf since he got on the scene. And I was right to do so.
Big X.
I do like that movie. That movie he was in, Disturbia. I like that movie.
That movie, Disturbia.
Yeah, the movie Disturbia with Rihanna. Yeah, Rihanna wasn't actually in it. I just remember she had a song around the same time called Disturbia.
Yep. Trying to think what else. Maybe That's So Raven and Kim Possible were somewhere in there. I'm just tossing out shows.
To every single friend that I had.
About That's So Raven.
About Disney Channel in general, but I would watch That's So Raven. I would watch That's So Raven, The Proud Family, and Kim Possible every day, and I would lie about it.
She had superpowers. Who cares?
Well, I was too cool to like Disney Channel. You know what I mean? Like Disney Channel was for wimps, nerds, and babies and girls, and I wasn't a wimp, nerd, baby, or a girl.
Yeah, we definitely grew up in wildly different areas because it was like.
Well, I went to a public school where I would get beat up if I said I love Disney Channel.
I don't know, man. Like Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I feel like Sweet Life and Phil of the Future were kind of like Disney Channel's attempts to reel in the boy demographic. Because I think Disney, like you were saying, I think Disney had like a reputation of pandering to a younger feminine audience.
Yeah, younger, and then if they weren't younger, they were girls. And the thing about it, for me, is like Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, and Disney, the big three. None of them were acceptable to watch in a public setting. When I was in school, you didn't watch TV, you were too busy having sex. You know what I mean? Like every nothing was cool enough.
Like in grade school?
Yeah, in grade school.
That's wild.
That wasn't your grade school experience?
No.
Like mine was like you always had to be trying to do something mature.
Nope.
Like going on dates, taking them out to the movie, going out to food. But like that was my grade school, the middle school, even into high school experience.
Nope. We would regularly get to school and sit down and be like, "Oh, did you see the new episode of blank?" And like, no, I missed it this week, and I was playing video games. Oh, okay.
No, so my thing is, I'm gonna say a sentence, and when we edit it, we're gonna censor it.
Bleep the whole thing.
We're gonna bleep the whole thing.
Okay.
All right. So I would say, did you see the new episode of Ben 10 last night? And I would get the response. And I was in 5th grade.
No, Ben 10. Ben 10 ruled. But at these similar points in our life, I'd go over to my friend's house and like we would like play act Ben 10 still, dude. I kid you not.
Not once in my life did I play act anything with my friends. I only ever play acted with my siblings or my cousins. But my real friends at school, we were all way too.
They weren't
cool
your
for that.
real friends.
Everybody was just way too. I'm surprised that you have like a different experience. Like I'm envious of your experience because mine was like the entirety of me going through grade through high school was like trying to one up somebody to be cooler.
No. And maybe hear me out.
I hope that's not exclusive to me. Like I hope that kids got to enjoy being a kid. I didn't get that. And like I feel like that's why I'm so drawn to like youth media as an adult.
Trying to relive that.
It's like I'm reliving, like, you know what? Even though I was lying about it in school, I loved a Goofy movie. I loved Mulan. I loved Hercules and A Nightmare Before Christmas. All that stuff was cool. I'm into musicals. You know what I mean? But like, if I were to have said that when I was in school, I would have gotten pushed into lockers and beat up.
This is why you say that if I knew you in high school, I wouldn't have liked you. It's because you're trying too hard to not be yourself.
Yeah, because I was trying to impress other people. That's what I spent 10 years of my life doing when I was a kid.
Wow, this
Now I
is a
don't care.
weirdly therapeutic episode now at the end of it.
Well, I'm hoping that eventually people will listen and they'll have like a similar experience to me where it's like, and I hope that, you know, one day a kid happens to come upon for some reason what I'm saying now.
Yeah.
Like just like what you like. Don't try and prove yourself, because if I guarantee that if in high school or younger I was like, oh, this is what I'm into, I would have found my clique of people. But in the broad terms of speaking, it was like always trying to be the coolest, most mature person. And what's not mature is watching Disney movies, even though a Goofy movie soundtrack slaps.
Hey, you know what? We're nearing 30. We're mature now. And you know what you still like? Disney movies.
Mm-hmm. They're better now.
They're even
'Cause
better.
They're even better now. Well, mostly because modern Disney movies are all the same thing.
Yep.
I can't get behind like the similar animation style.
Yeah, it's all mimicking like Pixar animation now, and it's just
It all looks the same with the big nose and the bean mouth.
say the bean mouth.
Yeah, it all looks all of the animation of like modern Pixar and Disney movies it just all looks the same to me.
You're not,
Like
listen, you're
Incredibles
not
2,
wrong.
Incredible, and I've seen all the movies too. Like I feel like I have at least one leg to stand on. Like I've seen Incredibles 2, I've seen Turning Red and Inside Out, and I didn't watch Inside Out 2 because I just was uninterested because everything looks the same. Moana looks the same as uh Big Hero 6 in some specific ways. And those are supposed to be two different art styles.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
This I knew full well getting into this episode you would end up getting mad at some point.
I'm just so passionate is all.
I'm passionate.
I'm sorry this episode has been mostly me ranting. Just like the Ghibli episode. I actually told a couple friends of mine about because it hasn't aired yet.
Mhm.
As of now, as of this recording, it hasn't aired. But my rant about the Ghibli AI,
Yep.
and then we watched a Ghibli movie that night. We watched The Boy and the Heron, and throughout the entire movie, I just kept saying, "You know what we need? We need Billy and Mandy in Studio Ghibli style.
Can I get Dragon Ball Z in Studio Ghibli style, please?
I need Pokemon in Studio Ghibli style."
I'm incredibly disappointed. Before we move away from like these big three animated or just big three children's networks.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe next week we'll talk about video games.
Yeah, maybe. This is a pop culture podcast, not just a video game podcast. It's fine to switch it up once in a while. I am incredibly bummed that no channel ever picked up Bionicles for a series.
I thought Nickelodeon did for a minute.
There were 4 straight to DVD movies. I don't think there was ever a TV series. Yo, hang on. Is there going to be a Netflix show?
Oh, maybe Bionicles will make a comeback.
Wait a second. No, this is from 2016. What the heck? So it was on Netflix. No TV show though. That sucks. So that I missed it. I can probably find it online. It looks like it had pretty poor ratings. So, oh wait,
Which
hang
is
on.
such a
List of
shame.
Bionicle
Well, that's the
Media
thing,
TV
though.
series.
Is actually very regularly do like cool things come out, and they're like, let's make a movie or a TV show or a video game about it, and they just absolutely squander it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Listen, I don't understand why they haven't brought Bionicle back. I feel like
They don't trust kids nowadays, that's for sure. Like
it's
I
so
think
cool.
kids are just as smart, if not smarter now than they were when we were kids. I don't
Right?
think that the choking hazards exist.
Have you heard of Kiwi Kits, by the way?
Kiwi Kits?
Kiwi Kits. Like the bird,
No.
not the fruit. They're little like subscription boxes for children, but they're like science experiments in a box. They send you all the parts that you need, except maybe like if you need water or something, for some reason. They send you all the instructions, all the parts for children to put together these experiments. If the only reason I'm bringing this up is because if kids can do that, they can build a freaking Bionicle.
They can build a Bionicle for sure. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Whenever I think about kiwi birds, all I think about is either Dodrio from Pokemon
Or
the animated series on YouTube where the kiwi bird is trying to fly and it like keeps failing to fly. And in the background, Gary Jules' cover of Mad World is playing.
I didn't go either of those routes. I went for Bloons Tower Defense.
Did you ever see that post that was like, I find it kind of bussin', I find it kind of cat?
Mm-mm.
The dreams in which I'm dying are the ones that kind of slap.
No. What?
That's it. That's the whole post.
That's it? What did that have to do with what we were talking about?
Oh, I said Gary Jules' cover of Mad World.
Okay, yeah.
Which I know you know because you watched Donnie Darko 3
Darko.
times in one day.
Not just in one day, back to back to back.
Yeah, 3 times in a row.
Yeah. Should we wrap up?
Yeah, because I could talk about Disney for days.
Yes, that's what we did here today. We talked about Disney.
We didn't even talk about the TV series, like the Little Mermaid TV series, the Lilo and Stitch TV series.
Do we need to go into those?
Brandy and Mr. Whiskers.
I hated that show. That show was garbage.
Brandy and Mr. Whiskers was the only disgusting Disney show.
Thank you. I thought for a second you were about to come back at me and defend it, and I was like, no, that show
you know what's actually hilarious
and was bad.
What? I'm pretty sure, and they're not here to defend themselves, so I will say it. I'm pretty sure Vale really liked that show. My sibling really loved that show.
I bet they did.
Like I have a feeling that they really liked it. I was a Lilo and Stitch fan. I didn't care for the animated Little Mermaid. Trying to do rapid fire. Seasonally, we got Hocus Pocus, we got Halloween Town, we got Under Wraps, we got Don't Look Under the Bed.
Phantom of the Opera.
I think fan of the Megaplex.
Yes, thank you.
Rapid fire. What did I watch on Disney?
I don't know. But we're closing out.
Yeah, we're closing out. I gotta go make a watermelon mojito for my friends.
And I got to go to work today.
And you gotta go to work today.
Yep. All right. Thanks everybody for hanging out, watching, listening, wherever you get your UpTilt media at. Is okay by us as long as you support us. Like, comment, subscribe, download our podcast.
Hit that
on Spotify.
notification bell.
Hit that notification bell. Like and comment down below, and we'll catch
For
you
all
next
your
week.
Pokemon news
And Disney shows. Goodbye.
Bye.